Was it your birthday this week, Carrie? Happy belated. Good morning, good morning. I'm gonna get some of this coffee in me. Big time this morning. Oh, oh, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you had a magical birthday. Um, I've been sick all week, like crazy, raging head cold sick, and I've been really bitter about it because this was a really, really lovely weather week here. And from now on, we're gonna have like 98-degree weather. And that is not, I mean, I don't think anybody really loves that besides like snakes, but like I hate it. So I'm just kind of mad. I'm starting to um I'm starting to feel better, but not 100% today. Today I'm going to live my life. But it was hard to get up this morning, so I got up about 15 minutes ago and I've been fucking around. So I need to get some coffee into me. Remember those letters we wrote? I want this and that. And, ooh, yes, I do remember those letters we wrote. Look at you. Congratulations, girly. I lost the queen card out of my Wisdom of Avalon deck. How? Maybe she will. She'll show up somewhere and it'll be crazy, Janelle. Good morning, Cindy. Good morning, Sarah. Or good evening, Sarah. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Suzette. Good morning, Christine. Oh, I'm missing my normalized magic fam. You know, we're restarting in August, which I think is going to be good. I think we needed the break, even though we're not happy about it. But a lot of OGs are coming back, and I'm so excited about that. Just as a reminder, if you haven't re signed up, it's not like a sign up yet, but put your name on the list. It's on my website, sarahmala.com/subscribe, and make sure that you secure your spot that way for our August 8th launch. Good morning, Anna. Hi, Nancy. And then also something that I'm forgetting. I don't know. My brain's not fully with us yet. I have a concert tonight too. Guess who I'm going to see? Well, it's two people, and one of them sings a very famous bar tune called Jesse's Girl, and the other one was heavily involved in one of my favorite animated feature films, Anastasia, Richard Marx. So they're both playing tonight, really close to me. So we're gonna go have a little summer '80s Corinne festival this evening. I probably won't last the whole concert, judging by how I feel right now, but I'm gonna give it a shot. And then on Sunday, gotta go see Maggie Rogers again. And I'm so excited about that. So it's my concert weekend. Oh, guys, I'm so mad that I'm sick. Hi, Jean. Hi. I learned something too important, and now the CIA wants to yeet me. Oh, you probably shouldn't be on TikTok telling us then, you know? May want to keep it on the DL. Anyway, let's get to the things. Oh, Stevie Nicks. That's going to be amazing. Okay. Janelle wants to do smells today. Can I still smell? I can smell a little now. In fact, hold on a second. I do need to blow my nose. I'm so sorry. All right. Hmm. I can smell a little bit, like not as well as I wish, but I can smell enough to taste my coffee, which is like important. Okay, we'll do smells. I have them for you ready already. The first one, okay, but first of all, if you're new, welcome to Coffee Magic. I'm not always sick when I do this, but I usually get on here if I'm sick, so there is a chance these days. Um, I give you three things. You pick which one you feel most aligned with this morning, and that will correspond with the card, the cards for you. And if you would like to donate to Coffee Magic, there's a link in my bio on Instagram and on TikTok. And I'm here Friday at 10 and Mondays at 9. So the first smell is jasmine, the second is honeysuckle, and the third is rose. So it's like smells and flowers at the same time. So jasmine, honeysuckle, and rose. Thanks, Jean. I know, Maggie, I was thinking like, oof, what a bouquet. Good morning, Kate. A lot of people are choosing all three. Tricked ya. Gonna get a triple whammy. Does NyQuil give you crazy dreams? Because I took NyQuil last night and man, I had such wild dreams. Like holy moly. But I've been having wild dreams, so I don't know if it's that. I don't know. Oh, you're ready already. Okay, Sarah. Okay, Janelle says yes. All right then. Exactly. The dreams do be dreaming lately. Okay, so again, your choices are jasmine, honeysuckle, and rose. A lot of you have chosen a bouquet this morning. Jasmine, honeysuckle, and rose. No way. Chris says Christine and I showed up at the same place in a dream this week. All right, here comes Jasmine. Oh, you guys. Tell me when you're ready. I know you're ready. This is your Jasmine. Jasmine, honeysuckle, and rose are your choices. This is your Jasmine. So you've got Truth, Wind Fairy, and the Queen. Wow. This is quite a pull, eh? Okay. Okay. So Truth, sorry. Truth, Wind Fairy, and the Queen. This is your Jasmine. Truth, Wind Fairy, and Queen. Yeah, you found the Queen. I think it's funny. So this right here is a vibe, and it's very specific. Hi, Emily. Welcome. It's a very specific vibe because this is actually like, sometimes these cards are a little bit more um general, right? Like it's kind of like just like the vibe of a week or a day or whatever. But this is a situation, a very specific situation that's happening with you right now. It's like you've got to really think about how you handle this. Here's why. It's always easier to fall back on old ways of doing things when you are faced with with any type of situation that stresses or triggers you a little, right? So it's easy to kind of, it's not easy, but it's easier to use your new programming, right? To react to things when they're not difficult things, right? When they don't involve, high stakes, or they don't involve people who have previously elicited other reactions out of you, right? Right now, you're being asked to slow down and really make sure that you respond to the stimulus that has occurred for you right now with the program, with the you that you actually want to respond with in this moment. I think this card pull for is for me too after this morning. Um, you are being asked to really tap into the grace that is the queen. And when I say grace, I don't mean forgiveness for idiots. That is that is really never what I ever mean. Um, so just remember that. I don't mean forgiveness for idiots. I certainly don't. But what we are doing here is tapping into your truth now and reacting from that healed space, right? And that doesn't mean, in fact, it's the opposite of being run over. It's absolutely opposite. It's using all of your tools now to bring you into this very possessed space of yourself where everything you say is true for you. Everything you say is aligned with how you are now and how you do things now, and not based on old thinking, old feelings, etc. You've updated your systems. You have probably, Gemini season is always a very brainy kind of time, but some of you may have found this Gemini season has been very difficult to think in, which is interesting because usually Gemini season is very like rapid fire thoughts, right? Especially for those of us with ADHD. You may have found that your brain has not been firing rapidly on all cylinders with all the thoughts. And if that is the case, I think you will find the shift is upon you and you are able to think. And what might help you to unstuck yourself with the thought process is remembering that you're thinking as the most present you, not all the older versions of you. Like, really bring yourself into this moment and ask yourself, who am I now? How do I want to react now? That is your Jasmine. Is your Jasmine. That kind of hit for me. Like, I'm a little annoyed by it. Um, all right. Moving on to honeysuckle. Hello, Labanita. These are not question cards. I'm doing collective polls, so you choose from one of three things. We just did Jasmine. The next two choices are honeysuckle and rose. Also, if you missed anything so far, you want to go back and watch it later, you can always do that on my Instagram or my YouTube. I know I love honeysuckle. Oh my God. Oh, also a reminder to you, my friends. My goodness, Gloria. Can you be careful? This girl. She's a wild time. Well, I'm going to need that. Janelle, there's a brand called Lost Trails, and I have a couple of theirs. They're here from Pennsylvania, but they ship, and um, they have a good one, very good one. Lost Trails candle, like Happy Trails, but lost. I'm picky with my candles. All right. I forgot what I was going to say to you. Oh, yeah. I remember now. If you'd like to donate to Coffee and Magic, you can do that. Link in my bio. But I also want to remind you that the Normalized Magic workshop, which is 12-week session, season 6, if you can believe it, is going to be starting on August 8th. And if you are joining us, please make sure to pop your name on the list. You can find that on my website, sarahmala.com/subscribe. I will also be sending out another link at some point, and also putting it in my bio. And if you'd like to schedule one-on-ones, I have those open as well, and you can schedule that on my website. And let me just blow my nose, and then you tell me if you're ready for honeysuckle. You know, I could not be sexier. All right, here you go. This is your honeysuckle. You ready? You ready? Grail Knight, Lady of the Lake. Okay, okay. Grail Knight, Lady of the Lake, and Frog. If you're looking around your life right now, I know I am very sexy, even with the snot, and I take up a lot of space. Um, if you're looking around your life right now, no, let me rephrase that. Look around your life right now and ask yourself what things are like not doing it for you. Okay. Because right now, everything is humming with its own frequency, right? Even like the smallest details are humming with a frequency. And if you just pay attention a little bit, you will notice that some frequencies blend together and are very delicious to listen to and to be around. And others, it's just like that needling, like it's just like you don't belong here. You must be part of someone else's symphony. The frog is asking you to identify the frequencies that are not for your symphony so that you can dismiss them and they can go find their dissonant people. You know what I mean? So is the frog talking about a person? Maybe, but it's also like stuff in your house, to be honest with you. Um, we have to be serious about energy these days. There's not a lot of room for holding on to ick energy because just the bandwidth is really low for that. And we're so sensitive. Have you noticed? So you really have to take care to make sure that the space you occupy is as resonant with you as possible. So this may mean taking extra time to like really be studious about the spaces that you're in and that things are how you want them. Take the time to do that. You also have the Grail Knight and the Lady of the Lake. And the Grail Knight is always going to be here to remind you that you have the ability to imagine anything out of any situation, right? You are capable of the highest forms of delusion, and it's a gift and a curse sometimes, right, my friends? So just make sure that you also bring the Lady of the Lake with you with your Grail Knight, because what she's gonna do is she's gonna support your delusions, absolutely, but she's also gonna tell you when you're being ridiculous, right? She's gonna be like, and no, no, we're not letting that person in. Oh, no, we're not doing that. Oh, no, no. And then you need to listen to her. So, what I'm saying to you is if you have permission to go off on your Delulu fantasy world, but you bring in her with you, you're bringing your big sister with you, and she's going to be like, and the agreement is you listen when she speaks. Okay? So, go have fun, but listen when she speaks. And you know when she speaks because you are also very good at ignoring her, right? So Do not be ignoring your big sister who is just looking out for you because you asked her to. Okay? Have fun. Listen to big sis. All right. That is your honeysuckle. Yes, Chris, if you needed my permission. All right, last one is going to be Rose. What will it be? Thank you, Jean. I have something crazy to tell you. Hold on. This poor shirt doesn't know what's about to become my booger rag. Okay. Woo! All right, so I'm going to tell you about this crazy thing while I'm shuffling for Rose. So it has been like 3 months and a week or two since Leo went missing. And I had no intention of like getting another cat because I'm waiting for Leo to come back. And for some reason in my brain, like you just can't have two cats. I've never had two cats. Like I've only ever had the same cat. He came back twice. It's always been the same cat. So I've only ever had Kitty. Anyway, I have been missing cat energy and missing Leo, obviously, but just kind of in that space of like, all right, surrender because there's really nothing I can do. Somebody has that cat. I know it. So the other day I was talking to Megan about it and she was like, like with anything else, like if you're meant to have another cat, it'll just like happen. Like you'll just like wake up one day and be like, oh, I'm getting a cat, and then you'll get the cat. Hence four snakes. So okay. So the other day, right before I turned real sick, so it was like this week, obviously, I went to go get an emergency mouse and a rat from the pet store. And at this pet store, they have some rescue cats sometimes that will live in the store to get adopted. So I know that. I haven't been in a while. But anyway, I went to go do that. And as I'm driving there, I thought, I wonder if I'm going to meet a cat today. Wouldn't you know? I walked into that store and I was greeted by this little girl cat named Priscilla. And I just fell in love with her immediately and just sat down on the floor and was like, wow, I love you, Priscilla. Do you want to come home with me? She is so cute. She's a little brown tabby and she's very tiny. Like, she's like the size of like a 3 month, 4 month old kitten. And I think she's about 7 or 8 months old. Um, but she's just a little princess. And I applied to adopt her and she's coming home on Monday. And I'm pretty like excited. Like, I don't feel anxious about it at all. And I feel like when Leo decides to come home, he'll be happy with his sister. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's going to have any issue with it. So that's what I did this week. And we shall see. Feel like I'm a crazy person, but I'm actually really leaning into that. I think it's really healing for me. Um, yeah. I also have one other thing to say before I get to this last bit of cards. Sorry. Um, do you know how like there is that? I don't. It's like this behavior pattern between husband and wives and daughters and fathers where it's like you have to say no to everything or like moderate what the woman is doing. I see it like sometimes with my friends where they'll be like, I can't bring another plant home because my husband will kill me, like that kind of a thing. Do you know what I mean? Like that reflex where it's like the mom wants to bring an animal or a plant home or whatever her interest is, and the dad has to always be like, "No, we have too many." Do you know what I'm saying? That like that dynamic. And I've really been like thinking about that dynamic and just because my son the other day was like 12 said that to me because like we were driving and I saw plants for sale on the side of the road. I was like, "Whoa, plants for sale!" He's like, "Mom, you have enough plants." And I said, like, "Hey, why do you think I have enough plants?" And he's like, "Because the house is full of plants." I'm like, "Right, but how do you know what is too much plants versus like not enough plants?" You know what I mean? And I'm like, "Do the plants bother you?" And he said, "No." I said, "Okay, then why would you say we have too many of them?" Because I think it's really like fucked up, and I don't understand it to have that program so deep in our like men's or something that is like you have to be moderated because you're out of control. And I find it so wild because the things that have been controlled about me are the things that bring me all of the joy. And then you're telling me that I can't have more of what makes me happy, even though I'm the one who fucking takes care of everything. Right. So it's just wild to me. It's like, has your standard of life been affected? Right. Am I not caring for you properly? Or any of my plants not being cared for properly or my snakes, my animals, like, is everybody good? If so, why don't you just shut the fuck up, right? Like, I am wild on that dynamic right now because I'm deprogramming that for myself because I like hear about it in my head whenever I do anything. And I found myself doing it to Megan too because she was going to get this kit. And I was like, oh, it's going to be too much. You're going to be overwhelmed. You're going to be this, you're going to be that. I'm like, wow, I sound just like all of the people in my life who try to moderate me. And it's really like, it's just really interesting. I think. I think it's really interesting. And so I really had to work through that program with going to adopt Priscilla because I was like, it's so irresponsible for some reason. You know what I mean? Like, and again, you know, I mean, it's just wild. Anyway, um, so I'm just thinking about that. And I thought you should think about it too. And maybe it actually connects to this. You ready for it? Because look who's here. It's the wasp. It's the partnership. It's the horse. Okay. So this actually is very interesting because wasp is actually the energy that I was thinking of when I was wondering, like, what is that energy from the person who's trying to restrict you? And it's this energy. It's like this fear of your bigness, fear of too much, fear of someone else being more than you and not being able to control you. It's this out of control that needs to be controlled, which is basically all women, right? We're just too much. We have to be controlled, can't be trusted. We're so emotional, like all the things. You have horse, partnership, and wasp. You have my rose friends, a wild thing happening for you right now. And I think it's the right time of year for it. You have this ability right now to step into a partnership with yourself. And usually, partnership might mean another person, but not today. This is a partnership with yourself. And I will venture to say that this is the first time you've considered it. Let me say that again. This is a partnership with yourself. And this may be the first time that you have considered it. And you might even be like on the cusp of it and feeling like, "Mm." And that's where this comes through. Because people who are in that lack and fear place, they don't want to see you only need you because they don't know how to exist that way, right? So this is keeping status quo. This is keeping safe. This is keeping known, even if it's killing us, right? This is reflexively telling your wife, no, don't get any more plants, even though you've never watered a plant in your life, right? This is just keeping status quo. And this is you saying, I just really only need me, actually. And I want to step into partnership with myself, see how that feels. And when you step into partnership with yourself and you truly see how that feels and you see how awesome you are and how much fun you have, what you're going to do is only attract people into your life who are doing the same. And they might not be perfect at it, but there is a difference between a person who is on this path and a person who is on this path. And you will feel it. It's very easy to feel, right? If you chose all of them today, it's that symphony without the dissonance. You're gonna slip up, right? But when you slip up, you're like, yeah, let's talk it through and reset ourselves and get ourselves back to where we want to be. The partnership with yourself is the thing. And maybe we used to call this like self love and self acceptance, but I think we're moving past that now. This is an active partnership with myself. Your number one relationship has to be with you, and everything else will fall in line so beautifully that you won't even really have to mess with it. Right? All right. So that is your rose. Thanks for hanging with me. I'm very stuffy, but I feel like the messages were pretty good today for me too. I'm going to be listening. I'll be picking up Priscilla after coffee in Magic on Monday. So I'll update you on that later. I'm feeling good next week. I do hope to pop on here in an evening and do another card things. I'm just rolling with it. But anyway, make sure that you are following and that you have a reminder set for when I go live so you catch that. Donations through the link in my profile. And also, if you want to be included in August's launch of season 6 of Normalized Magic Workshop, you can do that by signing up on my website, sarahmala.com slash subscribe. And also, one on ones are open. I have 15-minute, 30-minute, and hour-long sessions available. So go grab those if you want them, also on my website. I love you. Have an amazing weekend. Stay cool if you can. All right. And I'll see you on Monday.